And welcome back to another episode of Barbershop Talk Like This. I'm your host, Trey the Barber.
And it's your other host, Dicethebarber.
Kush in the building as always.
And today in the building, we got my man, actor, musician from East New York, Brooklyn, Aubrey Joseph.
What's poppin'? What's
good,
going on?
Aubrey?
What's poppin', fam?
What's going on?
Thanks for dropping in on us.
Of course.
All right, well, first thing we do here when we start our show off, the very first thing we do is we thank the Lord for waking us up this morning, allowing each and every last one of us to be here, blessing us in our talents and our endeavors and everything in our lives. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Second of all, we kick our show off with a shot. I'm a little hungover, so I'm doing like a teeny weeny shot.
And Aubrey, he can't have no shot right
Yeah.
now. So, you know.
What we talking about today, though? What's
So,
going on, y'all?
so you know, as guests, you know, we bring our guests in and we let them talk a little bit about themselves and what they got going on. So right now, this is the moment where like, you know, you can tell us a little bit about yourself and what you got going on, and then we're gonna get a little bit more detail
we
about all
always
that.
ask questions, you know, like where you from, you know what I'm saying, a little bit about your background.
Heard you.
You know what I'm saying? So
All right. I'll give you a little short synopsis of my life so far, how I even got to LA. Yeah, like you said, I'm from East New York. I'm from Brooklyn.
What part of Brooklyn, first of all?
East New York. Like I was born in Canarsie.
Canarsie, okay.
And then we moved to East New York when I was around like 2 or 3 years old.
Okay.
And yeah, I grew up wanting to be a football player. I was running back, cornerback on my little Pop Warner team.
Oh, you play both sides?
Yeah.
Okay.
everybody play both sides of Pop Warner.
Athletic.
Yeah.
No, some people don't.
And Pop Warner?
Some people don't.
No,
I
my
mean,
Pop
like
Warner
you
team,
got
everybody play both
you got some of them big little kid linemen and shit. And
Yeah,
they can't do both sides.
Nigga, they flip their ass on the other side. That defensive
line.
mind.
but sometimes they be running out of gas and like,
Yeah, go sit on the side real quick.
yeah,
Nah,
go
you
on,
right.
you take your ass over.
So
there.
anyway, so growing up, did you grow up with both parents or?
Nah, it was my mom's, just my mom's, and I was a middle child, so I got my older brother who's I think 6 or 7 years older than me, and my younger brother he's 17 or 18 months apart with me. So
Okay.
Oh, damn.
So y'all was really tight growing up.
yeah,
Y'all
so
two.
that's my best friend still to this day.
Right
Well,
on.
I'm mad close with both of my brothers, but like my relationship growing up with my older brother was different, cause
He was more like
Yeah.
Pops.
Yeah,
little
you
bit
know what I'm
played
saying?
the
Like
Pops
a
role.
father figure. And
Yeah.
I didn't even like realize how much I was like idolizing him until I got to the age where I was like, damn, like this was like my one. Like, you know, my mom's is like one of the toughest. My mom's is gangster. Like my mom's is one of the toughest people I've ever met.
Right.
But like at the same time, she's a woman. So like there's only certain things you could teach
A
your
young
son
man.
about
Right,
being a man.
man, right.
So I had her teaching me how to be a respectful young man, like what to do. But I had like the actual like visual representation of my older brother. Like I saw the Jay-Z, the 50 Cent, the Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying, T.I. posters in his room, and I'm like, oh, I want to listen to that music.
Right.
Right.
I saw, you know, him. I saw the Knicks being his favorite team. I'm like, oh, I need to be a Knicks fan. Like all that type of stuff. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you looked up to him.
hey, we're gonna talk about that
Nigga,
too.
yeah, we'll
I'm
get into
sorry,
that in a little
We're
bit.
gonna talk about that
We'll get into that in a little bit.
I
But
apologize.
but go ahead.
dog.
too. But nah, yeah. So
Everything else.
So he was a great example in everything but
basically.
basketball.
oh,
Right,
come on.
everything. He was leading you down the right path till he took you to hoop,
man.
dog. That's fucked up,
Man,
dog.
we
Yeah.
New Yorkers. We New Yorkers. So that's always gonna be the team that always is the team.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
Well,
that too.
Well,
Well,
but you from Brooklyn. You got the Brooklyn
I know,
Nets.
but they
What-
what year did
what-
they come?
It don't matter.
don't matter.
listen,
They
but hold
win
up.
games.
We'll get into
It
that
matters.
shit in a little
Listen,
bit.
listen.
Let him finish saying what he's saying, and then we'll get back to that.
Wow.
What do you mean, get back?
It matters though. You know what I'm saying?
It do matter.
It matters.
I'm gonna tell you this. Listen, I got a friend of mine. He grew up in Brooklyn his whole life. He was a Knicks fan his whole entire life. And when Brooklyn got a team,
He's a
he
Brooklyn
switched.
fan.
He said, he
See-
said, you know why? He said, because I'm from Brooklyn, son.
No. See, I need to know what part of Brooklyn he's from, cause everybody look. When I grew up a Knicks fan, the Nets that I knew was New Jersey Nets with Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, Vince Carter, Richard Jefferson.
Kittles.
That's the Nets.
get it.
You know what I mean? So that like I will never ever be. And Jay-Z is my favorite rapper. I will still never be a
Jay-Z
Nets fan
brought him
ever.
to Brooklyn.
I know.
That Brooklyn.
And
y'all
he also
got,
moved a lot of
y'all
people
got
out
the
too.
Biggie Coogee design
I
on
mean,
it. Like, come on, like
cute,
it's Brooklyn,
bro.
son.
It's cute, but they not
It's
the Knicks.
Brooklyn, son.
he said it's cute.
Hey,
But they not the Knicks, bro.
Guess what?
Well, they
Hey,
definitely
they
aren't
about-
the Knicks.
they about to be
probably
better than
gonna-
the
yeah,
Knicks.
'cause they
Listen, man,
probably
y'all not gonna
be
make
in the
him
playoffs.
change because I'm a
We
Knicks
not
fan.
gonna,
You know,
nigga, you
y'all
should
not-
change. I've been telling you that for years.
Nah, nigga, like I ride out with whoever I ride out with, and that's
Exactly.
it. And that's it.
That means more to me than winning.
Right.
To me, it's,
But
it's
listen,
knowing that.
Staying
honestly,
true to
I
who-
get
who-
it,
to who you-
because New York is where you're from.
Yeah.
This nigga ain't nowhere in New York.
He
He
from
don't have
Camden.
listen. He don't have a team that he supports
His
in
teams
his
aren't
local
based on
area.
geography.
None of them.
I mean,
Nah.
He's
I mean, because the Knicks
Chicago-
in it, the
he's
Knicks in it, the Knicks
He
from
from
Camden.
Camden.
No, I mean the
Where
Knicks
that,
in the
Jersey?
Yeah, right there by Philly.
The Knicks
He's
and the
right across
Yankees,
the bridge
the
from
Knicks and the
Philadelphia.
Listen, the Knicks and the Yankees. Know what I mean, when I was growing up, was nice.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So know what I mean, when you growing up, and at the same
And you
time,
close to New York too.
yeah. Know what I mean, so at the
You
same,
trying to give him some.
No,
trying
I'm
to-
just
listen.
saying,
Listen. So at the same time, you know what I mean? When I was growing up and I was playing football, you know what I mean? Like, you have certain influences. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up and I was playing football, I played running back and Pop Warner, so I like Walter Payton. So now I mean, therefore, I
course,
became
yeah.
a Bears fan.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I mean, I like Patrick Ewing and I like John Starks. You know what I mean? I was a Knicks fan. You know what I mean? Like I like people like Derek Jeter and shit like that. Nigga, I was a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people who I like when I was growing up. So now I mean, I stay true to my motherfucking team.
No, you don't stay loyal to your soil. That's what it means.
Nigga, get the fuck out of
I
here.
don't
Know what I
know.
mean?
I don't know.
What soil? Chicago, nigga.
Nah.
But anyway, continue saying what you were
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. So
You're a Knicks fan.
nah. So basically, yeah. So I was mad, set on being a football player and all that. But I grew up in the church and shit. So
Hold on. Did you hear what you just said?
Church
What?
and shit.
Yeah. I grew up in the church and shit.
Can't add church and shit in the same sentence.
God forgive me. God forgive me.
You sure you grew up in
Nah,
the
chill,
church?
chill, chill. God forgive me. I grew up in the church. Yeah, so every every Sunday we would put on like a certain type of show. Like my mom was in the choir, she was in the dance team and all that. So I would see that. And like for me that was like, you grow up in New York. I didn't really get to go to Manhattan until like later in my life, but like that in New York, Broadway's there and all that, and like that's the the city of theater and all that. So that was like my first time seeing acting or music or dancing and all that. And I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the way that people react to it and how it moves people. And I'm like, that look cool to do too. You know what I'm saying? So then I got into like my first show at the church. I was like, we got a standing ovation. I was like 6 or 7. And we did this like church dance or whatever. We got a standing ovation. I'm like, bro, this might feel way better than a touchdown to me. You know what I mean? And then I'm people is walking up to me after the show and all that, like, oh,
Getting mad
Aubrey.
attention.
Exactly. And it's like, and for me, it wasn't like the older I got, the more that people were starting to say to me, like, oh, that changed my life. Oh, that gave me closure to something that I've been dealing with my entire life. Like
Right.
when you you portrayed what I've been going through for all this. So when you get to hear from somebody that you changed their life and stuff like that, like that's when, you know what I'm saying, that's when it gets bigger than just people standing up and clapping for you for scoring. Or
Yeah,
that's when it gets,
You
know
feel like
what
I
mean?
touched somebody.
Exactly. So that's what I took out of it too. And then I saw Denzel and Malcolm X, and I was like, nah, like I have to do this because like to me that's one of the best performances that has ever happened
I had to
ever
agree with you.
on the screen ever. And I'm not the hugest Spike Lee fan, but like that was one of the best movies I ever seen in my life because Denzel was just. There was no time that he wasn't Malcolm. Like there was no, you know what I'm saying? Like 'cause
Right.
we know Denzel for being like Denzel sometimes in the movies, but he was Malcolm
He was
the
there.
whole time.
Yeah.
And
Like,
for me,
I never even saw Denzel in that movie. You know. what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
When
he
you
took
watch
that.
the movie to this day, you still don't see Denzel.
It's true.
Nah, you see Malcolm.
it's true.
He
But I will
definitely-
say,
he played.
I
he
will
played the hell out
say,
of it.
and you a Nick fan, and you rep and why, and you don't really fuck,
Fuck
with
with
Spike.
Spike Lee.
Nah,
That's
nah.
what I just
And you
said.
from
like, I was
from
thinking
Brooklyn?
I met him in person, and he wasn't.
He
you know what
wasn't a
I'm
good dude.
saying?
He was a shitty dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen,
some
that's-
some
hold
people
on,
get like
That's
that.
the New York mentality,
No,
right?
No.
Nah,
I'm
nah,
gonna
it's
tell you one thing. I'm gonna
It
tell
could
you
have
one
been the
thing.
day.
No. Cause in New York, I agree with that. Like, it's every man for himself. Like, we don't really be like when you see somebody, it's not like which is crazy for me because I had to end up moving to New Orleans to film the show and all that. But like in New York, when you see somebody, it's not a regular thing to just say what's up. Like we don't
Yeah,
do
I
that in
know.
New York. You
At
know
Yeah,
what I'm
all.
saying?
now, if somebody looking at you too long, you
Exactly.
like,
You're like, oh,
looking
so you
at?
trying to play me or something.
Right.
So
And
like,
it's like, nah, I'm just saying
exactly.
hello, dog.
But to me, the situation in which I met him wasn't a type of situation like that. So, I went to a performing arts high school to like train and all that for acting, right? So, and it's in the middle of Manhattan. So one day, me and my homie we're just walking outside for lunch, and we see Spike Lee just randomly standing there, and we was like, oh my God, Spike, I'm a huge fan of you. We're both young black actors too. I'm actually from Brooklyn. It's an honor to meet you. And he's just like, yeah. Like looks at us and just says, yeah. And then just starts like, you know when someone takes out their phone and start doing a fake conversation on their phone,
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
doing that, right?
Wow.
So I was like, so I'm not giving up because I'm like, this is Spike Lee, like this
Yeah.
is, you know what I'm saying?
Like he
so,
gonna know me.
Yeah. So we're like, so when he like puts the phone down, he's just like, we didn't mean no disrespect. We just wanted to say that we big fans of you, and I'm actually a Knicks fan too. Are you going to the Knicks game tonight? He was like, man, it's open tonight. You know I'm going to the Knicks game. Why would you ask me that? And I was just, I'm looking at
That's
him
a
like,
New York mentality to me.
Nah.
but it's
You don't gotta
different.
be like that. No, I mean, especially
I
when y'all in the same
I
room,
get
you
it,
know
'cause
we
I
all.
just-
It's different
I
when you
understand.
claim that you're Spike Lee and you do this for black people and you're
I feel
you're
you.
pro-black and you care about young black people and inspiring young black people. So when you have a young black man in front of your face, you don't
That
treat
is
them
a
like
part
that.
of your
Yeah.
craft too.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Right,
inspiring.
right.
in
You
your
don't,
craft.
and that's what I just said before. Like it got to be more than just getting the clap. It got to be to inspire the people
Facts.
that look like you. So when you meet somebody like that, to me, that's not how you treat somebody. And to me, you don't even got to give me the time of day. It's just like
Be
that
polite about it.
That's it. We didn't ask you for a picture. We didn't do none of that. It's just thank you.
I mean,
young.
give me a little bit of wisdom.
That's what I'm saying. It's
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
and I don't even need that. It's just like, hey, keep on, young man.
Yeah,
good
something.
meeting you. That's
Yeah.
it. Like that's all I
That's
expected
all.
from him.
That yeah.
And
Some
then
people
the,
can't even get it.
Exactly. The funny thing that happened after that too is he was trying to catch a cab, and everybody know in New York, it's hard for a black man to catch a cab because they don't stop for you.
Right.
So he treating us like this, but he can't even catch a cab,
can't
bro.
catch
It took like 2 or 3. But anyways, it's I don't have no ill will. I feel like I'm gonna see him again and I'm gonna meet him again. It'll be different.
Yeah, because
You
now
know?
you coming in with credentials and stripes,
Exactly.
and when your resume walk in before you first,
Yeah.
that introduces you as opposed to you walking up.
Exactly, and that's
crazy.
also an old school thing too, because he's an old school cat. So like for some people, they feel like you got to prove yourself to them. Like you got to be somebody for me to have a conversation with you. You got to be, you know what I mean?
No, I
And
mean,
that's just an old school thing. Like
And that's
And-
in
and-
this era, that's slightly foul because
It's true.
it's messed up.
Yeah.
Because it's like now, you know, if I'm being nominated for an Oscar, now you want to have a conversation. with me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like instead of
'cause
before
now I
that.
can help you. Now it ain't a me helping you thing. It's now
We
you know what I'm
help each
saying.
other, yeah.
Right. Yeah. You know, and for you know, for the messed up part is, you know, that's just a lot of East Coast mentality, honestly, and you don't realize that until you move somewhere else. Like what I mean by that is that growing up back east is that nobody want to see you actually doing better than them.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
they tend to hate on you. But when you come out here, it seems like everybody want to see you win because if you win, they win.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah. But there's even a different motive in that too, because like just coming out here, I got lucky because a lot of the people that I grew up with moved out here and are, you know what I'm saying, pursuing everything out here too. But yeah, it's just a lot of fake energy in LA, bro, that I had to see like in front of my face to like really
Right.
understand everybody talking about how LA is so fake. Because people will like claim to be your friends and stuff just to
Be
like
next
leech,
to you,
you know what I'm
when
saying?
it happened.
So when
People also lie about what they can do for you or who they are.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
always
yeah,
like-
everybody do
like,
that.
If they're here, they're gonna tell you
They're here. Yeah.
especially dudes to females, like dudes would tell a female, no, I mean, there's something just so they get up in that ass.
Of course, yeah.
Like, real quick. You know what I mean? Then they realize they can't do nothing for them. But what I want to do, when you went on your first audition, like how was that and what was that for?
Man, like I'm gonna tell you the reason I still do this today, cause this like acting is one of the hardest things you could ever do in your life because you going in a room in front of people that judge you, and it's not even that they judge you off you, but it's no way that you could walk out the room and not feel like they just judged me off just me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So actors are one of the most insecure people in the entire world. That's why you see a lot of actors, you know what I'm saying, towards the end of their careers, kind of like
They start getting, you know, doing crazy things.
yeah, because it's unless you're
Doing all
secure
these
in
drugs and
yourself
all this other stuff.
and who you are, acting will eat you alive because, like, it's a very wish-washy, what would you say, career because you'll be on top, you'll be filming a show that films maybe 5 months out the year, but the rest of the year you got to go find another job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to somehow find a way to feed yourself, and there'll also be times where you'll get really close to a job and just keep getting rejected and rejected and rejected. So
You start losing confidence.
exactly. So the reason that I'm still doing this today is because my first ever audition was for The Lion King on Broadway,
Wow.
and that was my first job ever. So my first audition I got.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's dope.
so
That gave you the
Shit.
confidence, like,
yeah, it gave me the confidence, off rip. But like the more and more I lived through my life, I just started getting rejected and rejected and rejected and rejected because that's what it is. That's what acting is. You're not gonna get every single job.
yeah, and you don't know that until you actually go through it.
Exactly. So it was a blessing and a curse to have my first thing be here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My first audition to go so well because you kind of expect like
Everything gonna do that.
you know, but just the reality of being an actor, that's not how it is.
How was
bro.
that though? How was doing
Lion
What
King.
character did you play?
Young Simba.
Ah,
Oh, nice.
So so it was crazy because
How old was you?
I started when I was 9. I did it until I was until like my 13th birthday.
Wow. Okay.
But so it was 3 years. Like literally, I turned 10 as soon as I. So all right, it's a long story. Let me make it short though. So I used to watch the movie Lion King every day on VHS. I was obsessed. I knew every single word because my mom would just put me on to the Lion King.
So it was natural. To
Yeah,
you.
and in third grade we did like a little school play or some and I had to play Simba. I had to dress up in this little like Halloween young Simba costume, and I did Simba in a school show. So I was like, you know what, I want to do this like in real life. Like I really want to be like, when I found out that there was a Broadway show, I was like, I really want to be on Broadway like as young Simba.
Yeah, especially
And-
growing up in New York too. So.
Exactly. And like I'm telling everybody this, like it doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem possible. Like we from the hood. Like everybody's like, bro, like we could say that all that we want, you know what I'm saying? But that's not possible.
Like you
Exactly.
Simba?
Exactly.
on Broadway
So the
theater.
yeah,
Come on, bro. Like,
Exactly.
wake
So
up.
I was lucky enough to what is it called?
Audition.
Nah, not even that. Just there was one of my uncles at my church. You know how black people eat. You know what I'm saying? It's a close family friend. That's your uncle.
Mhm.
I asked him like, I really want to be on Broadway. I really want to see The Lion King on Broadway. So they basically this lady came to see me in a show at church, and she was like, "You're a star. You need an agent." And I was like, "What's an agent?" She was
Especially,
just like,
I mean, that young. You like,
yeah.
what? Like, what you
She was
talking
like,
about?
"Yeah, you need an agent. I could see you doing big things." And I was like, "Well, can you give me an audition for The Lion King?"
Right.
And then she laughed, and she kind of was just like, I'll see what I can do, right? So the next week we went to go see Lion King on Broadway, and I was a cocky little, I just had so much confidence for some reason. Like I
I
just,
should do better than
Right.
that.
I
This
literally
nigga ain't doing
said
good,
that. I
Simba.
literally said that. Like during the show, I whispered to like one of my homies. I was like, I could do way better than this.
He's like, you know how many times I done seen this movie?
You know what I mean?
Like,
And which was, you know what I'm saying? I was just young.
Yeah.
You know how we are when
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
young.
yeah.
You feel like you could do anything.
Right.
So I went back and I was like, yeah, so I have to get that audition like ASAP. If I don't get an audition, I'm gonna die. I said that to my mom. I said that to my uncle. So we got to the point where this dude who was an executive producer for Lion King, his name is Aubrey too. I still know him to this day. He came all the way from Harlem to Brooklyn to like train me for it. And apparently he was disappointed because he was like, nah, he's not ready for this. I kind of just wasted my time. So
wow.
and This is what he told my mom. He didn't tell me. I'm thinking everything went well.
Yeah, yeah.
So my mom begged him to let me do the audition. He was like, all right, fine. I went in for the audition, and they told me right there, you're exactly what we're looking for. Do you think you'll be able to move to Vegas?
What?
And I was just like, I'm 9 years old. You got to ask my mom if I can
Yeah,
move to
like,
Vegas.
I
You
don't-
know what I'm saying?
Vegas, like, where's Vegas? Like, I don't.
Yeah,
like, what?
I mean, I'll move to Africa right now if I could do the Lion King.
Right.
So, we went through the whole thing with my mom. So I went out to Vegas to do the Lion King. We opened the show there. I did it for a year and a half. And then they asked me to come to Broadway. I did it for a year and a half there. So I ended up doing it for 3 years basically. And I mean, it changed my life, bro.
Yeah, like I mean, it was a dream come true for you
Yeah.
at that age. You're like,
Yeah.
yo, like I told y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what
What
I'm saying?
was
Like
it?
I'm gonna be Simba.
Yeah.
What was it like? Because you didn't, you obviously your dream was to do it on Broadway, but when
Mhm.
you got the part, you
Mhm.
start in Vegas. So what was it like when you found out, yo, you going back to
I was
Broadway
more excited.
and you going home?
Yeah. So the thing is, I was more excited when I heard I was going to Vegas because,
We on the road.
You getting out the hood. You getting out the
We
hood.
on the
Like,
road.
I'm acting and I'm leaving.
the most I ever been at that age was probably Virginia because my family's from Virginia or like
Right.
Delaware.
Okay.
Driving
Like,
distance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm thinking like Vegas, like that was the first time I ever saw a palm tree in my life.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
It-
like,
they're
Now,
fake.
I was
They're fake.
I was 21 before I
That's
saw
what
my
I'm
first.
saying.
palm tree.
it was
That's
not-
As a little
saying.
kid, when you get there, you like it kind of looked like Times Square.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
was
But
it was my first
different.
flight ever. And I didn't even know how Vegas. I didn't even know Vegas was like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
but it
Vegas.
is,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What you
I'm
know
thinking-
Vegas to be now.
Exactly. So I'm thinking like, oh, this is like a dream, bro. Like it's sunny out. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from cold New York. It's sunny out. They put us on a plane. I see palm trees. Like
How did your mom feel? Because like y'all had to move to Vegas for a year
so
and
the
a
thing
half
is,
now.
my mom couldn't even move with me the first 6 months. My grandmother had to come with me because she literally just booked her dream job.
Wow,
Same
okay.
time that I booked my dream job.
Okay.
So
That's
and
what
it's
family's
crazy.
for.
Exactly. But the thing is, she ended up having to quit her job anyway because when I first went out to Vegas and I was with my grandmother, like it just it didn't work out, bro. Cause she, you know what I'm saying, she's older.
Yeah, she's a little bit
and-
more strict.
And even beyond that, it's just like she wasn't. It got to a point where she wasn't happy anymore,
Yeah.
and she was kind of taking it out on me.
Right.
To the
Okay.
point where she was, you know what I'm saying.
And the thing is, as an actor, you can't have that negative energy.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, so
yeah.
and you talking to your moms even at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
thought
like,
he was gonna say you wild out, like you finally your head got big. He's coming
no,
home
no,
like,
no, no,
"Shut
no,
up,
no, no,
Grandma."
no. I get a shut up back to my
Yeah, no
face,
doubt, no
smack
doubt.
in the face.
Like,
But
before you even finish the up, nigga,
exactly,
bop.
yeah. But nah, I wasn't happy, bro. Like I was like 10 years old, like.
Was it taking
Crying
effect?
myself to sleep.
Was it taking effect on you on your performance?
Not
or-
in the performance, but
Okay.
people would see me at work and be like, I haven't seen you smile in like ages, bro.
And then when your moms came,
Yeah, because I cried to my mom, I'm like, Ma, I can't do this anymore. I need you here.
mm,
And she literally quit her dream job, bro, like making the most money she ever made in her entire life just to come, like, take care of me out there.
yeah, 'cause she seen the vision
Yeah,
basically.
you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Dream
From
job
that.
ultimately is to make sure that you get to where you want to go. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
So what happened? What happened after that?
After Lion King,
Yeah.
so basically we get the call that I remember when I got the call that I was going to New York. My mom had a bunch of like sparkling apple ciders and stuff in the crib, and I'm like, what's going on? She's like, I told you I have a surprise to tell you. I'm like, what's up? I'm thinking they're gonna tell me that I'm getting like released from Lion King, cause the kids, young Simba and Nala, you only get a 6-month contract, and then they keep renewing you if they like you.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, oh, they're about to tell me.
And you can grow out of the role.
Exactly.
Obviously, too.
So I'm thinking they about to tell me, oh, you know what I'm saying, you're done here. We get to go back to New York. I'm like, y'all probably be happy about that, but I'm not about to be happy. But then they tell me, yeah, so we're going to Broadway. You're gonna be on Broadway. And I was like, that changed my life, bro.
Going home.
So
So that young, you knew how important that was.
yeah, bro, because that
You
was
grew up loving Broadway.
No. That's the thing. I don't really like Broadway like that. Like I was always growing up. I didn't like musical theater at all.
Okay.
Lion King was like my favorite thing ever. Like I was a Giants fan growing up, right?
Yeah.
Like I didn't even really become like an avid Knicks fan until I was maybe like 13.
Okay.
But you know about the Knicks history, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
just growing up in
yeah.
that house. But I'm a Brandon Jacobs fan. I want to be Brandon Jacobs. I want to be Amani, what's his name? Bro?
Toomer?
Yeah, Amani Toomer. You know what I'm saying? I want to be them. But that was my favorite thing, like to just sing in the house.
Plus,
So
go ahead.
so like Broadway didn't really mean anything to me until I went and saw Lion King on Broadway, and I saw all of these people in the audience, and then I see a kid that looks like me doing what I want to do, and I'm like, that would be the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
You know?
And then like you said, you went there and was like, I could do better than that.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, now you're coming back.
That's what I'm saying.
Doing
And
better
doing
than that.
exactly what I wanted to do. And
Did you invite your friend who you went there to see it with?
everybody, yeah. And actually one of the people who I saw with shortly like was in Lion King after me too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro, it just goes to show you how it don't really matter where you from, bro. It's about
Having a vision and
exactly
And-
believing
and-
in yourself
yeah.
and having somebody believe in you. That's all
what
you
it
need.
is.
So
you also
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say so you was also in the movie with Liam Neeson, right? You
Yeah,
did
yeah,
the
yeah.
Run All Night.
Mhm.
No, okay, I gotta ask you a question.
What's up?
Does he talk the same in person as like he does
Yeah.
in the movie? So they tell you when the director yells, action, you will go there.
Yeah.
I will go here.
Yeah. It's actually crazy.
And believe me, I will find you.
It's actually crazy because I only met him twice through the whole movie process. I met him at the table read, and I met him at the rap party.
Oh
But
wow.
the crazy
You
thing
didn't
is,
shoot at all with him? No scenes with him?
nah,
That's
Okay.
crazy.
nah, because I all the scenes I had was with the guy playing his son.
What movie was it?
Run All Night.
Run All
Okay,
Night.
okay.
It was me, Joe Kinnaman,
Common was in the movie, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Common. Who else was in that? Ed Harris.
Yeah, yeah.
But nah, so the thing with me, he's huge too. Like he looked like a guard, bro. So
He's
I'm
a big dude?
yeah, bro.
Liam Nielsen?
Yeah, he got to be at least 6'4".
Neeson.
Saying, yeah.
He got to be
It
at
ain't
least
the same.
6'4". So I'm mad young at that point too. So I'm like 13 or something like that. So I see him in a rap party. He's about to leave. I look up at him. He's like, "How you doing, Aubrey?" Like he remembers my name and all that. He's like, "How you doing, Aubrey? You did a really good job in that movie. I'm proud of you."
You gotta do his voice. You gotta do his voice. How you doing?
And I saw him. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to like come up to him and be like, "Hey, Mr. Neeson, like
Yeah.
I was just in that movie with you." And he was like, "Nah, like you know what I'm saying." He came up to me like, "Great job, da 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 da." So
No Spike Lee.
no Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that's crazy because John Turturro, who I kind of you know him from Do the Right Thing, the
Yeah.
guy.
All Spike Lee movies.
Exactly. He's the guy who discovered me. Film and television wise.
So, and that's right, just literally 1 degree of
literally-
Like you could have had a
Spike
crazy
Lee.
conversation with
Yeah.
Spike Lee about
About
all
John.
that, about
I literally
all that
could,
shit.
and I could have said, "Yo, you know who John Turturro is, right?"
You know what I'm saying?
That's my man. It's like you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
like-
I could have
like,
said that, but
I'm here because of him.
exactly.
But he would have probably been, if he was an asshole, like, really,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
ask
yeah,
me who the fuck John Turturro?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, but
So-
nah, John casted me in my first ever movie my movie set I was ever on. It was a film, independent film with him, Sharon Stone, Woody Allen, Sofia Vergara, Liev Schreiber.
Wow, and they
Fading
all busy
Gigolo.
as hell right now.
Yeah, it was called Fading Gigolo, and
What
it was
your
right.
role?
I played Woody Allen's stepson.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, John, and it's crazy because the casting directors was pulling for another kid, but John Turturro was like, "Nah, this kid right here is so talented, you don't even understand." So, I mean, I still talk to John to this day, but like he kind of discovered me and gave me a career because, and I wouldn't say gave me because I had to earn it, of course.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
that wasn't the last time I worked with John. He also did another show on HBO called The Night Of.
Remember the night of.
Right, which had, you know, it was written and, you know, most of the episodes were directed by Steven, I forget how you pronounce his last name, but you know, he's written like a bunch of Denzel films. He's written a bunch of stuff for Martin Scorsese. Like he's a big deal, right?
Right.
So so John is basically the character in the night of was supposed to be James Gandolfini, but he passed.
Yeah.
So basically, his family asked John Turturro to take over the role, and John Turturro was like, I would definitely take this on. And so his character has a black, basically a black ex-wife and a black son. So, you know, when they kind of asked him like, do you know anybody that could play him? The first person he said was me. But he was like, look, you got to audition the kid, and if he's not the best person for the role, don't just cast him because I said so.
Yeah, right.
So when I went in the audition, I didn't even know that John was attached to the role of playing my father. I just went in and just did a regular audition.
He probably didn't want you to know neither.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I do the audition, and I get a call that I got the role. I'm like, I'm hyped. So I go in for a fitting, and I see John's picture everywhere, like on the wall. I'm like, wait.
Where's John?
I was like, wait, John Turturro was in this? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, who is he playing? Your father.
Oh,
I'm like, wait, nah.
nah.
I'm like, nah, this makes too much sense. So I see him on set, and I'm like, am I here because of you? He's like, you're here because of you.
Right. I didn't influence.
Yeah,
this
because
in no way,
he told him like, yo, if you don't do good,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I
So-
mean? I'm gonna recommend
He
him.
already said that, Dice.
I'm reiterating what he said.
He had to reiterate that for himself.
But no, yeah. So, it just goes to show you, like I was saying before, you got to believe in yourself, and you got to have that one or few people that believe in you.
Facts.
Because if you don't know the right people, it's sometimes it's no way for you to make it into the type of light that you want to be into.
And
you
that's
know?
in everything.
That's in everything.
Every
I tell
single-
my
yeah,
kids,
yeah.
Every single thing.
life is
That's in
10% what you know and 90%
Who you know.
Facts.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So you also do music too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing with me is when I was 13, who was the biggest little young artist at the time?
I don't know. You
Wayne.
got you got to tell me how old you. You got to tell me.
Like, all of us are old enough to be your father.
You're right. All right. So I'm not even talking as far as rap.
What year was it when you was 13?
Shit. I don't
Let this
even know.
nigga say
He ain't
something
trying to
like 2010,
I mean,
2015.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was 13 in 2011.
Damn.
Wayne or Drake.
That's just a few years
Yeah,
ago.
but the thing, so it was as far as rap, of course it was Wayne, it was Drake, it was Hov, Ye, and even Eminem was, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
who he
yeah.
was at that point.
He
But
was a mythological creature.
the one that all the little girls love
Bow Wow.
was not at that point, was like
Drake.
the singers. The
Okay.
singers like Chris Brown,
Trey
Right.
songs.
you know what I'm
and-
saying?
Right.
Trey Songs, like even Bieber, bro. Like even, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
I'm looking at that at 13 years old. I'm like, yo, I need to be like a pop, you know what I'm saying? Like a young R&B pop singer, like so I could go on tour and like be a singing star. And so we basically met this one producer. And we got in the studio. I wrote my first song, recorded my first song. I was 13 years old. They were promising us all this big stuff, like, yo, we're gonna do big things with this song. Nothing ever happened. So I'm like,
They
F,
build
you know
you
what
up,
I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I was just like, fuck music. Like, I'll just go do, you know what I'm saying?
The acting.
The acting. So I was in high school, and one of my homies was like, bro, you gotta, like, you sing and all that, but you gotta write raps, because I know you could rap, because I know you could write. So I wrote my first rap, and my older brother rapped too. And so, of course, I already told you how big of an influence he is
yeah.
on me. So I start writing raps, and I just get addicted. So, you know, but the thing, when I first started making music, the one thing I would always say on the end of the track is, but I'm not a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
So,
and I'm gonna tell you this. He let me hear some of his stuff in the shop, and nigga nice. You know what I mean? It's totally different. And what's crazy is he sound like Hov. He sound like
his
Hov,
face
bro.
kinda weak.
Yeah. Because I mean, because what the thing is, he's a producer and he got a studio too.
Okay.
Now, I mean,
Give
like,
us something then. Spit a little something.
No.
I'm
No.
gonna show y'all some music at after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But,
I about to say we could have played something if you wanted to.
Yeah, definitely.
You want
definitely.
to play something real quick?
Right now, I mean, cause
Nah, we'll do it
I'm
later.
real- exactly.
I mean, we don't want to give it out, but I'm gonna tell y'all like this: niggas sound different, and he sound like Hov, he sing, he rap, his whole melodies and everything. It sound to me. I said, yo, you're playing with this right now, bro. Like you playing with the track right now, my nigga. You know what I mean? Like you killing this shit. And after this, he gonna let y'all hear some of this shit. But
definitely.
I'm telling y'all, and I want y'all to, you know what I mean, get ready for what y'all gonna hear coming from him because he got a lot of stuff coming.
Are you signed to anybody?
Nah, we so I'm with management or whatever, and we did a couple meetings or whatever. But the thing is, a lot of people, and it's crazy because I'm in a position where I have a lot of leverage right now because we already have a fan base. But a lot of these people are being approached by labels and saying, look, we can give you a fan base, we can give you money for videos, we can give you money for studio sessions, we can give you all this, and we can give you $1 million record deal.
But you already got all this stuff.
That's a point too. But these young cats don't know all of this money that they're throwing at you is the money you're gonna have to pay right back.
It's a loan.
Yeah.
Recoup.
It's a loan.
It's a loan.
Yeah.
So the thing that I never and at the same time you owe all these people this money and you don't own none of your shit. You
Yeah,
don't
that's
own
like a
your masters.
360
Well,
deal.
that
nigga, like,
depends
you know what I mean?
on the contract going in.
But
Yeah.
most of the things that
But
they
most of the
doing,
thing,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Most of the situations, unless you are in a position where you can say,
If you're wise enough to negotiate.
that's what I'm saying. Now I gotta at least have 80% of my masters. I gotta at least have 70. Most of them is just gonna be like, yeah, so you're gonna own about 10, 20%. You know what I mean? So
of your hard work.
exactly, and to me, I spend a lot of time.
That's a smack in the face.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying, bro. When I put in my own time to write everything that
Yeah.
I do, I can't have nobody owning my shit.
Owning my shit, like these ain't your words.
That's my
this
story.
isn't-
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like that's my
exactly.
life, and you're saying that you own, because at a certain point it gets to like some modern day type slavery type shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
now you own my hard work. Now you own the money that I should be making off.
That's
of it.
why
You know
all
what I
We,
these-
mean?
we was actually just talking about that shit with Taylor Swift in the shop the other day.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know the shit was going on with Taylor
Yeah,
Swift?
2.7 million she had to give up to old boy who
Yeah.
The nigga got this. Scooter got he
got
got the
2.7,
masters.
And I'm pretty sure he was on Instagram celebrating that shit.
Hell,
too.
fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
hell yeah.
You
Like,
own
but
Taylor
you-
Swift masters? That's a come up
Man.
like a motherfucker.
Man.
What?
Yeah. And it's fucked up because the company wouldn't sell him to her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but yo, it came out. You know, it
And
was
then
his.
it's-
You know,
But at the same point, it's the deal that she signed.
That's why Michael
Right.
and Paul
But she
ain't
was,
friends.
but she
That's
was
why
trying,
Michael
she
and
was
Paul
trying
ain't
to buy,
friends
she
now.
was trying to buy the masters for quite some time.
Yeah,
and
and
they
they
wouldn't,
not budging.
they wouldn't,
They
they
not
would,
budging.
yeah, they wouldn't sell it to her. Then they turned around and they sold them to Dude, and apparently her and Dude had beef. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
already.
Anyway, so it's just fucked up.
so besides the movies that you was in, and I mean, and doing the music and stuff like that, like, what are you working on now?
Yeah, so basically, when I was in high school, doing music for fun and all that, and you know, training and acting. Cause with me, after I got out of Lion King, I made a decision. Cause I could have went back to school where I'm from. But the thing with me is I started getting serious about my craft. You know, like I knew that. I'm starting to watch all these Denzel interviews and, you know, hearing about how hard he's training and how he knows, you know, he's been in school for years and years and years studying his craft. So I'm like, I
wanna
need to
be
get on
like
that
that.
level. I need to find out a way where I can train and still be able to, you know what I'm saying, still go to school. So
Right.
we started looking into performing arts high schools. They got like LaGuardia, which is one of the biggest ones, and then they got the other school, which is PBAS. And the difference between LaGuardia and PBAS, which is crazy, is PBAS actually lets you work while you train at their school. Like they have a whole setup where it's called I think it was called On Location, where you get to still like go on set. So the teacher will send your work to the set, and then you get to LaGuardia. They don't let you work at all while you in school. So I'm like, let me audition for PBAS. I get in, and basically I'm training. Like I'm finally in the element where I get to like really work on my craft and get better as an actor.
Right. You
'Cause-
feel like you Denzel.
yeah, because anybody
Like
can have
young
anybody can have a gift, bro.
Yeah.
I'm saying like y'all got the gift, but if you weren't cutting at least 10 heads a day, you know what I'm saying, or
You're not getting
working
better.
on it, you're not getting better at all. You're
Right.
just the one dude. You know what I'm saying? You're just the one dude where you're from that's nice with cutting.
Yeah.
But like, what type of money is that gonna make you if you're not getting better and better and better and better? You know what I'm
Progressing,
saying?
yeah.
That's why. How many of you guys at this table is from LA? You
None of us.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went to performing arts high school as well.
Well, and the thing that brought you out here was getting a better opportunity for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where my head was at. It was like I need to figure out a way to make this bigger than myself and to make this bigger than just being the kid from the hood that could sing and he can act and just that being that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that are like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the hood legends that are like, oh, this is Day-Day and he was such a good singer, he was such a good dancer, but then this got to him and this got to him and he didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be that. I wanted to be the person because I already saw it in front of my face. I'm coming from this and I'm going to work now. Like I have a job. I'm working around people that are doing this professionally.
You're doing what you love.
You know what I'm saying? So it became real for me. So I start doing that and then we get to the point where I'm about to, you know, my mom is encouraging me, like, you should go to college. You should really consider going to college because you're at the moment in your life where that's a possibility for you. So all of my acting teachers are like, you know, giving me the top, you know, 15 conservatories, which they call them, which is like acting schools in college. And like, you should audition for at least 5 to 10 of these.
Yeah.
So I start training for that. I auditioned for about 7 schools, right? I got into every single school I auditioned for, bro. Because I lost sleep over how hard I was working on those auditions. You know what I'm saying? And I just, God, like, that's why I'm saying, that's why I still do this to this day, because God put me in these positions. Like, when I go on my first audition and that happens, when I'm auditioning for these colleges and that happens, like, I'm like, bro, there's no way that I'm meant to do anything else.
Right.
And if I don't go hard on this, I'm doing a disservice to myself, because this obviously is supposed to be my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so basically we get to the point where the top school in America, Carnegie Mellon, which is an acting conservatory, I get accepted into them, and they give me the most money out of any college, like scholarship-wise.
Wow. They really wanted you.
Yeah, and it's funny because Jay-Z has always been my favorite rapper. I get the Sean Carter scholarship. I applied for the Sean Carter scholarship.
That's more shit. Like, I'm supposed to be doing this shit.
You know what I mean? So basically, the top 3 choices for me at this point become Syracuse, Carnegie Mellon, and USC. And the reason USC was one of my top choices is because I always wanted to be in LA.
Right.
Always. I always knew that at some point in my life, I was going to end up in LA because that's where all of this acting stuff happens.
Right.
That's where people in LA, for roles, they get priority out here.
Yeah.
In New York, theater-wise, you get priority in New York because all the theaters out there. But acting-wise, bro, it don't matter how talented you are. If there's a talented dude out here, he's going to get the priority because he's in LA.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to be in LA somehow. So I talked to my agent, and we basically fly out to LA and start. I do my USC visit. I'm like, I love this. Son, palm trees on
dope.
campus. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, bro, I'm walking out the crib and I see trash and you know what I'm saying?
Bums and
like,
rats.
You know what I mean? So I'm at a point where I can wake up, leave my dorm room, and see a palm tree and see the sun shining on me. So I'm like, this is probably like my utopia. Like, and it's crazy because people in LA feel that type of way about New York. Like, when you grow up in LA and you see this is regular.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, I want to be in New York with the high buildings and the tall, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the brownstones.
Exactly,
and all that other shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we basically take meetings with managers in LA. And I met with at least like maybe 3. And I basically met with this one lady who's my manager now, and we hit it off. Like, she was just down to earth and basically explained to me how much she believed in me, to the point where she was like, yeah, I think you know, you obviously should go to school, you should go to college, but I don't think you're gonna last more than like maybe 2 or 3 years. I think you'll book something by like your sophomore, your junior year. So I'm like, I'm definitely trying to book something. Like, so we go there. One of my first auditions out in LA, they offer us the role, and they offer me, and I see the offer sheet, I see the contract. I'm like, Liz, I gotta do this. This is my moment to like be on the show that I want. And she's like, nah, I don't want you to do this because there's gonna be something that comes that's way bigger than this, right? So for me,
I think it's like, what?
You look
Thank
at her
you.
like you
I was
fucking
like,
up
what?
the
I'm
money.
Like,
this,
I
like,
don't know if
I
you
don't
should be
care.
my manager.
That's
I
what I'm
worked all my
saying.
life
Like,
to get here.
this is what I want. Like, I got an offer. I'm taking it.
That's why
But
the manager handles the business and you
exactly,
don't.
exactly. And I don't know how LA works.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know
You
how
don't know.
contracts work. I don't know how any of that works. So I'm like, all right, I believe you. Boom, something else comes up. I get really close. We're gonna go a different way with this. Something else comes up. I get really close to the point where it's basically we basically starting to plan what time I'm gonna leave LA to go to the fittings and all that. We're gonna go a different way with this. So I'm sitting here, bro. I'm like,
Damn, I could have had that first one.
you know what I'm saying? Like I keep getting like rejected and rejected and rejected, and to the point where I come back from Christmas break. I've only done one semester at USC. I come back from Christmas break. My first kind of week back, I get the call about the audition for a Barbershop. And they're like, they're trying to cast really fast, and they're trying to see you today, in the next hour. Can you do it? And I'm like, yes, I could do it.
Like, I ain't got nothing else to do.
You feel
Yeah,
me?
I'm coming.
And I'm actually coming
That
back from
nigga
another
said-
audition. Exactly. You feel me? So I'm coming back from
I'm
another
here.
audition. So I basically go to my dorm room. I lock myself in a room, study the lines, go to the audition. And I work mad hard on these lines. I'm like a Marvel show. I have to do the best audition I've ever done.
Yeah, Marvel. Like,
You know what I mean?
You're like, yo, Marvel's
Exactly.
like big,
so,
big.
So I go on an audition. It goes well. Next day, I'm leaving. That night, I hear that they want you to come in for a chemistry read, and bro, that night my life changed. Like I got the call. I knew that we were gonna go to go film the show in New Orleans on that Monday. That chemistry read was on a Friday, so that whole weekend I'm at USC, but I'm not trying to party, bro. I'm like my life could change in the next
He was
couple
like,
days.
yo, like I'm Denzel right there. I got to study my lines.
And for me, it's like I'm not sleeping because I'm like, bro, either my life can change or I can get the same call that I've been getting the past few months.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You were really close, but they're gonna go a different way. So
Right,
it's to the point where I'm like, this is my
It's
future.
nerve-wracking.
Exactly. So I wake up to a call last Sunday morning, and it says my manager's name on it. I probably
He's
looked
like,
at
I
that
don't wanna
phone.
open this.
I probably let it ring about 4 times, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. I let it ring about 4 times to the point where I was like, I don't know
don't
if
wanna
I
hear
even want to
this
answer.
again.
I answer the phone. Like, yeah, so Marvel wants you to be their next cloak. And I hear this on the phone, and I hear my mom's voice in the back, like screaming, because they called me on a
Three-way.
joint call, right? And like, bro, that was literally I will never ever forget that moment, bro. Like I could like that shit could bring me to tears right now, bro, because my life literally changed
Right there.
right there, bro. Like I remember the moment that I was in, and how much happiness came to me, bro, because I was to the point where I was gonna quit acting and just focus on music. That's how.
That's many times you've been turned down.
You know what I mean? So it made it feel like this is the reason you got accepted to those colleges. This is the reason why you were nobody, and you even got the opportunity to even audition for a show like The Lion King. Like that was confirmation for me. Like, man, you're gonna be doing this for the rest of your life.
And the thing about it is, I mean, your co-star was a big Disney star
Exactly,
as well.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And what I like about it is that when I watch it, you know, as me being, you know, me being your barber, and we talk all the time, you're you on the show. It seems like, you know what I'm saying? To me, you know what I mean? I'm like, he talked the same. You know what I mean? He kind of, you know what I mean? I get the same vibe. You know what I mean?
For the thing with that character, the thing that I was channeling, because for me, I'm way more of a laid back, like chiller, like type person than that character was season 1. He was very like a nervous kid, a shy, like nerdy kid, which was something that I wasn't at that time. So for me, I I ate that moment up because it's like I get to actually challenge myself as an actor. I don't have to just
I gotta
really,
act like somebody other
exactly,
than me.
exactly. So there were moments in the character that is me, of course, because in
Yeah.
any role, this is what you learn in acting school. Your character will always be an extension of yourself
Right.
because you're obviously the person playing it. You know, no matter if you're playing the role that are polar opposites of you, there's always going to be an extension of yourself that pours out at some point in the character. So, which was, you know, it was a learning experience for me. But yeah, it's I'm just, what's up?
No, I was gonna say because we talking about what is your character's superpower on the show?
Yeah, so he could teleport. He has access to his own dark dimension. He can teleport people with him. He can
You didn't know that at first, though.
nah. He can envelop people into his cloak. Like he's one of the most. He probably is one of the most powerful Marvel superheroes ever.
For sure. Okay, so let me ask you this.
What character again?
His cloak.
Cloak and dagger.
okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: if you could be a real life superhero,
Mm-hmm.
what power would you choose to be like?
I'll probably
Hulk.
nah, fact, super strength.
We
I'll
got,
probably
we got Hulk here already.
I would probably
Only when the liquor hits.
I would probably what's it called?
Gamma energy.
Probably want like invisibility or it's crazy being able to teleport, bro, because I could just be anywhere
Doctor
in the world.
Strange.
You know what I mean? In a moment. And Cloak
Doctor
can,
Strange.
you know, just being able to play Cloak, he could be anywhere that he wants, anywhere,
Yeah.
Right.
anytime, you know what I'm saying? So, and the way that he actually found his superpowers at first was off how he felt in the moment. So it was like whatever his heart was telling him, he would just end up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
I'm gonna go home and check the show out because I done passed across it a couple times. You know,
dope.
I be
It's
having
dope.
so many shows I be watching.
Nah, I
like,
feel you. Yeah,
it's
this
hard
y'all-
to
y'all-
show
y'all-
it.
Y'all about to come up with a third season, right?
Probably towards the end of the year.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
but-
it's got to be good if they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the thing with me, my focus now is just, you know, finding something to pair with that and my music. So with my music, I wrote a short film that I'm gonna direct, and it's gonna the short film is gonna include a lot of my songs.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's I'm really excited about it because I've been working on music for like 2 years, and my fans know that I make music, but I haven't really dropped anything commercially because I just been working on my craft.
I think they're gonna be happy for what you got. Another thing I wanted to get into with you is, you know, with all the success that you had and stuff like that, you know what I mean, that you're doing, you want to give back.
Yeah, right.
So what do you have in mind on like your plans on giving back to what you want to give back to?
Yeah, so when I first got the role and started doing Instagram posts and all that, I would always do my hashtag was just a kid from BK. Just because I like a lot of DMs that I get from my fans, it's like it's crazy to see someone that looks like me on TV and in this position and as a superhero. It's inspiring to me and all of this. So I know that I have people watching, and
Right.
for me, I wanted to make it out to my fans that this idea of a celebrity or idea of a person like in that field is BS, because everybody is a person like you who ends up getting an opportunity that ultimately catapults them into a different type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
that person always started as you.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you
And,
like
you always gotta remember who you are.
exactly. I mean, unless you like, you know, Jaden Smith or anything like that, or like somebody who's you come under like a famous person.
Right,
Like, a lot of these people that become famous.
Our sons of or nephews of or somebody else.
Like
Exactly.
like Diddy's son. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Nigga like Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
Exactly.
Like,
But
you know,
the rest of us come from
Nothing.
you know, basically nothing. So like, I wanted to let these people know that I'm no different from you in any way. I just got a job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm at a platform where I feel like I have to explain that to these people. Like, I'm no different from you. We are no different from you. We all bleed the same. We all human. So my idea with my Just a Kid from BK organization is I just want to bring, and I'm starting to work out the logistics right now. I want to bring like an after school program to East New York, where I'm from, that it's something that kids want to do because I know that a lot of kids are putting in their after school programs because their parents work late and all that. They end up skipping the programs because all you know what I'm saying, all these programs are doing is like, okay, you come in, you be quiet, you shut up, you do your homework, and it's boring.
Right. Yeah.
I wanna bring something to these.
Some fun to it.
Yeah, teach people how to produce. Teach you how to be. Teach them things that'll actually make you money in life. Like teach them. This is how you budget your money. This is how you produce. This is. Let's do basketball. Let's do football. Let's do something fun. But at the same time, we're still gonna have a place for you to do your homework and do that. But I wanna make it into a situation that is fun because there's so much talent where I'm from.
Yeah, people just don't see it because some people just don't see it.
One thing I would ask
Mm-hmm.
that you try to incorporate is economics.
Right. Yeah.
Because as black people, like we're not taught enough, especially at a younger age, about economics and
Right. Taxes.
how to,
budgeting.
taxes, money, just
Yeah.
how things work economically. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
yeah.
Where to put your money, how to invest your money. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know, like young black kids don't know. You can invest your money in stocks and shit while you in school. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you don't have to be that starving ass kid
exactly.
going through
Do that
college
now.
eating fucking little Debbie snacks and
Exactly,
shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So,
So I just ask that you try to implement economics because
Definitely.
we have a lot of talent. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about black people that we do is that we always emphasize our talents, but we need to also start emphasizing that business aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? So that they also understand how to maintain your money and not to lose control of your masters and things like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, with you trying to do that, and Jay-Z being a big influence, y'all both being from Brooklyn and stuff like that. Have you thought about trying to bring him in on what you're trying to do for the community?
Yeah. I mean, to a certain point.
Have you met Jay?
Nah, but I've always said
That's
if I
the question right
yeah
there.
if I was
Can't bring
ever
him in
to
if you don't know the nigga.
yeah, I mean. Yeah, but I mean, the way that this life is going, I'm gonna meet him. Very soon.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
it's inevitable. Everything else is falling in line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But-
And you being in the position that you're in right now, being a star of a show, and I mean, you actually have an influence to where people actually listen to you. I mean, I think that meeting is imperative.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I always said the only way I would sign a deal ever is with The Rock,
right.
and it would be on like kind of a collaborative thing. But that's the only person that I would ever sign a deal with in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
So, well, we about out of time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aubrey, man, it's been a pleasure, man. We really thank you for coming through and dropping by on the show, man, and chopping it up with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know where they can follow you, all your Instagram hashtags and so forth and so on.
My Instagram is at Aubrey Omari. I got some music coming real soon, and you can obviously check out Marvel's Cloak and Dagger on Hulu. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Man, I appreciate you coming
No
through,
doubt,
bro.
man.
No, I mean, like it was kind of last minute, and I was like, yo, nigga, you gonna be here?
I should have worn my Knicks hat today too.
Yeah.
I got a
What you think the
dope-ass
Knicks
orange.
gonna do this year?
Nothing.
Real quick.
Nothing.
I think
Nothing.
the best case scenario is we get 6, 7, 8 seed.
How'd you feel about KD going to Brooklyn?
KD one of my homies, bro.
Exactly. So yeah, like real quick. Now, I mean, I know we got a little bit of time for that. Now, I mean, so go ahead.
Nah.
Oh,
I
wait
mean,
a minute. Well, since KD's one of your homies, did you hear last year or coming into this free agency that he wasn't leaving California?
No, he knew that he was leaving. He told me.
Nigga, would you shut up and let the man answer the question?
Go ahead.
I don't know.
I didn't say anything. I just looked
No,
at
I'm
you.
talking about
talking to me.
him.
He talking to me.
He
I
just
like-
started answering the fucking question.
I don't even. For me, during the whole free agency process, I never mentioned anything about basketball anyway, because people like basketball players are very private about that anyway, because
Nah,
they
I
don't
get
even like to unless you're another basketball player, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. And even between basketball players, when they friends, they don't even like talking about the whole off season thing.
Right.
So I never mentioned anything to it. But the day that they signed, I was posting a bunch of like sad Knicks memes, and he was just replying to my stories with laughing faces. Like, and I was like, "Come over to the dark side, bro." I'm saying, like, you from Brooklyn anyway. But I don't know. For me, I
Go over to
respect.
Brooklyn.
Nah, man.
You want to sign the Hove, dog? You
It's
might
okay
as
to
well
have
go
two
to
teams.
Brooklyn,
Nah,
dog.
I mean,
fuck all that.
It's okay.
For me, that's a grown man right there, bro. Whatever
Right.
he felt was
Good
right
for
for
him.
him as a man. You do that, bro. Like,
Right.
I'm saying,
You
that's
can
none of
have
my
two
business.
teams.
I can't, bro.
No.
I can't.
I mean, you
I'm-
gonna have. He
the
might hook
thing
you up
is,
with
you
tickets
from
to the Brooklyn
Brooklyn,
game.
I'm gonna tell you the only way that I would root for, and I'm not saying that I you know what I'm saying I hate Brooklyn or anything, but the only way that I would root for the Brooklyn Nets.
If the Knicks ain't have a team no more.
Nope.
And no, I'm
That
saying,
ain't it.
I'm
I'ma
saying,
tell you how y'all gonna
if
root
the
for
if
'em.
the Nets go deep in the playoffs,
That's exactly what it is.
And-
That's gonna
and-
switch
Of
the
course,
city.
of
That's
course.
gonna
I mean,
change the city.
I
If they
don't-
make the conference finals, the city's.
I think Knicks fans will be okay with just rooting for the fact that New York is in the finals again. But it's never gonna be a thing where I'm gonna go, nah, I'm a Nets fan now. It's just gonna be like, I hope the Nets.
It's
beat-
like how New York cats. Most New York people love the Yankees, and y'all low key diss the Mets until the Mets make the playoffs, and then everybody in New York is repping
Nah,
the Mets for the
I don't
love.
think. I think that's totally different.
How
I
do
think
you
that-
know,
I
nigga?
think
You
that-
not
I think
from
that's
New
so-
York.
He
Nah,
just got to
no,
disagree
nigga,
for
nah,
the
I mean,
talking
nigga,
point.
nigga,
You're not from New York. You
Nigga,
can't answer that fucking question.
Nigga, I can't answer
No,
that. I
you
mean, I'm a
can't.
fucking Yankees fan.
But you're
No,
not
you're
from
not.
New York.
You're not from New York.
Nigga, Jersey,
You
New
don't
York,
count.
Philly,
You
the
ain't
whole
not-
tri-state
You might as
area.
well
New
be. You
York,
might as well
son.
be a Yankee fan from Africa, nigga.
Anyway,
You might as
nigga.
well
This
be.
has been
Anyway.
another episode of Barbershop Talk Like This. I'm your host, Trey the Barber.
This year, the host Dicethebarber.
Eagles winning the Super Bowl this year.
bugging. I get the Chiefs a better chance than that.
You
bro.
give a hoot.
There we go.
I mean, I don't care
and
what
we out
You're a
there.
Knicks fan. Dog. You're a Knicks fan.
Oh, and we got my man Aubrey Joseph in the
Yes, sir.
building, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Aubrey a Knicks fan.
Man, you gotta watch out for the
We
Saints
out.
too.
For the who?